In this video, we're going to learn how to multiply using multi-digit multipliers. So we're going to start with a two-digit multiplier because you've all worked with one-digit multipliers in 4th grade. A lot of you worked with two-digit multipliers. So we'll start with a two-digit multiplier. So let's start off with 127. Woo, that was messy. I better fix it. I can write better than that. 127 times 32. Now, I'm just going to show you using the standard algorithm for right now. If I'm solving this problem using the standard algorithm, I would multiply 2 times 7 to get 14. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5. 2 times 1 gives me 2. Now I'm going to multiply by 30. So this 3 doesn't just represent 3, it represents 30. So as we learned in powers of 10, I can just add my 0 down here. We're going to call this a placeholder, but really what we're doing is we're multiplying by 30 instead of 3. So I'm going to add the 0 to the end. 3 times 7 is 21. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1 is 8. And 3 times 1 is 3. Now I'm going to carefully add these. So 4 plus 0 is 4, 5 plus 1 is 6, 8 plus 2 is 10, 3 plus 1 gives me 4. So 127 times 32 gives me 4,064. Now I could also solve this using one of my other strategies. I think lots of you liked the grid method, or sorry, the lattice method of multiplication. So if I wanted to do that, I just draw my box. And maybe I'll just choose a different color here. I'll choose red for my diagonals. And I'll choose green just for fun to write my numbers. Look how colorful and pretty. So I'm going to write 127 over each of those columns, and my row will have 32. So now as I multiply, I'm going to multiply 3 times 7, and that's going to give me 21. So the 2 goes in the upper diagonal, and the 1 goes in the bottom diagonal. 3 times 2 is 6. So I would put a 0 here and a 6 here. And then 3 times 1 gives me 3. So I would have a 0 and a 3. 2 times 7 gives me 14. So the 1 goes in the upper part of the diagonal. The 4 goes in the lower part. 2 times 2 is 4. So I would write that as 0, 4. 2 times 1 is 2. So I would write that as 0, 2. Now I can just add my diagonals. So this is just a 4. 4 plus 1 is 5, plus 1 is 6. 2 plus 6 is 8, plus 2 more is 10. So I'm going to write a 0 here, and I'm going to carry a 1. 3 plus 1 is 4, and then I have a 0 here. So I could either put a 0 here or not. So using the lattice method, I could also solve this problem. Now, what happens if you have a 3-digit divisor? So let's say we have 602 times 156. Well, I'm going to multiply just like I know how to with the standard method. 6 times 2 is 12. 6 times 0 is 0, plus 1 is 1. 6 times 6 is 36. Now, because I'm going to multiply the next number here, this isn't a 5, this is a 50. Because this is a 50, I'm going to add a 0 as the placeholder down here. So 5 times 2 gives me 10. 5 times 0 is 0, plus 1 is 1. 5 times 6 is 30. Now, this 1 is not just a 1, it's a 100. So down here I'm going to add 2 placeholders because I'm multiplying now by 100. So 1 times 2 is 2, 1 times 0 is 0, 1 times 6 is 6. And now I can simply add. So I can just add 2 plus 0 plus 0, and that's 2. 1 plus 0 is 1. 6 plus 2 is 8, plus 1 is 9. 3 plus 0 is 3. 6 plus 3 is 9. So 602 times 156 is 93,912. The only difference is that when you get to this row, you add 2 placeholders. In the second row here, we only added 1 because we were multiplying by the tens place. With this third row, we're multiplying by the hundreds place. So this is the ones place, the tens place, and the hundreds place. Now I could also solve this problem using the lattice method. I'm going to draw in my messy boxes. And my diagonals. And then I would just write 6, 0, 2, and then 1, 5, 6. So 1 times 2 gives me 2, so I'm going to write that as 0, 2. 1 times 0 is 0, so I would write 0 and 0. 1 times 6 would give me 0, 6. Should have made my boxes bigger. 5 times 2 gives me 10. 5 times 0 is 0. 5 times 6 is 30. 6 times 2 is 12. Ooh, that is messy, sorry. 6 times 0 is 0, so I'm going to do 0, 0. And 6 times 6 is 36. And now I can just add my diagonals. So this was 12. So this is going to be a 2. 0 plus 1 plus 0 is a 1. 6 plus 1 is 7. Plus 2 is 9. And 3 plus 0, 0, 0, 0 is a 3. 6 plus 3 is a 9. And then I have a 0 here. So you can use any method to solve a multiplication problem with a 3-digit multiplier. No matter what, you're still going to get the right answer. All of the methods that we worked with in class will work for a 3-digit multiplier. So good luck. Have fun.